welcome to our show. Aloha, everyone. You're at the Neutral Zone, MauiNeutralZone.com. I'm your host, Jason Schwartz. Today is June 11th, 2024, and I just got a text from my guest that said, oops, forgot all about it. So you have the great pleasure of being here with me for an hour, and I am going to be playing some music today now that I have some time on my hands. I hope everyone is doing well. We here in Maui, Hawaii, if you're listening from all around the world, we want you to know you still can come here on vacation, or if you're coming back home, welcome back home. And here at 11 o'clock on Monday. Well, I had a pretty good guest today. We'll obviously have him another day. I am just going to sort of recap, if I can, what I was thinking about. I am at a funny point in that here at the Neutral Zone, it's getting to be the beginning of political season. And I guess I could interview candidates on the air. I may do it as other shows, so I'm not on the radio, because on the radio we need to get equal time to all the candidates in the race, whatever race the candidate coming in here is about. And that can get a little bit tricky, so we rather not do that. That's how this show actually got started long ago, way back in June of 2018. And here we are now. I've done a lot of shows, none of political candidates when they were running. Had people in office, had people, I guess I did have a couple of people that were running, but we were down to the final parts of the election season. Well, as long as I'm talking about elections, let me mention, every time I watch the news and I see Donald Trump, my biggest concern is not him, because we've identified, many of us that are watching, that he's guilty of something, whether it sticks and whether he gets a penalty and whether you think he should or whether you think he shouldn't. Someone as volatile as him, I don't think should be sitting in the White House seat. If people love him and think he can make great changes to our country, I really don't know what to say. He's shown by his actions that he is not a good choice, not by my standards. And some people have criticized Robert F. Kennedy because of his stance about the COVID vaccine and other issues that he talks about. Personally, I never did take a jab, and I wasn't really listening to him. I did my own research way back when, and when I saw there was a patent on COVID, I thought, why is there a patent on the COVID? Why is there a patent? And then just wait a little bit, and as it was a huge, long line of everyone standing, rushing to get their shot, the more I found out, the more I thought, I've been building my immune system, and if I build my own immune system, it can fight. In many of the things in our body, we have the potential in our bodies to fight a lot of stuff, a lot of things that others get sick from. And so I've already learned that by building my own immune system, after my 2012 pacemaker was put in, the doctor mentioned to me that I should build my own immune system. So I'm very happy to say I am, there's someone walking outside. No, it's not my guest. My guest is not here today. Anyway, so I like Robert F. Kennedy. Some people think he's crazy. He steps over the line and talks about things that no one can imagine are true, and that he's postured in the news in lots of ways. I don't particularly like listening to his voice, but after watching and listening, I've gotten used to it. And so far, from all I see, he's the vote I'd like to make. Maybe here in Hawaii, our tail is wagging. We're going to be a Democrat state when the election happens. So be it. I don't know if that's going to be an important two electoral votes or not in this next election, because the two front runners, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, I don't know what to say. I don't like either of them, but I'm not real ready for Trump, no matter if he wins or not. I just have seen that he's too volatile, and he is looking to get back at anyone that says anything about anyone that is him. And so he's not my favorite. And I don't know what much to say about that. Anyway, I am not looking around the studio, but I know behind me we have a wall of pride. Our studio here, you can see one side, that's the logo for KAKU 88.5, the voice of Maui, a microphone broadcasting. And behind me is a lot of memorabilia from different things, from Tony Midnight, who has his show Monday to Thursday at 1 o'clock. And I hope you'll listen to him. He's a terrific guy. I'm thinking, the Maui Arts and Music Association has long been, now 23 years, here promoting visual art and healing art and music and culture, with the idea that we can raise money and supplement development of important environmental solutions that we can implement here on Maui and make Maui a global example place of progressive, important technologies that can help us save our planet. I don't think what I talk about environmental stuff is too controversial. I just know I've seen things that before they're proven, sort of like drugs, except, drugs from the pharmaceutical companies, they usually have major tests, except here, like the vaccine and things, they didn't do the kind of testing that you or I might consider enough. So same with environmental things. Before they're proven at a scale that can make them gospel to people that want to support these technologies, they're being used. And I've seen some things that are pretty terrific. One that I like to talk about a lot is taking algae and turning it into a biofuel, and taking green waste and in a jet engine, heating it up with no oxygen, pyrolysis, and net result is a biofuel. That biofuel that reduces the green waste into carbon that can be put back into our soil. So carbon retention, super important for our Earth, and taking it out of the atmosphere. And however it is, it needs to be in the soil. And it's a super growing medium, and that is just a super thing. Well, when we first introduced it, it was, in the beginning of 2020, right before the COVID thing really locked on. Michael Smith of the Need to Grow movie, he was, I want to say, one of the three principal people they were talking about. We wanted to get it here, and we had our council with their climate and resilience for our environment committee, gave a little bit of money for some testing. And when it increased, and the little bit of testing they did, didn't have a lot of money or time, but the 3,000% increase in the microbiome and the things in the soil were to me was a major testament that I thought that we should have picked it up. I heard from Michael that he's been talking through some of his people about having it done here, and supposedly the mayor is interested. Well, I think that it should be something comfortable and affordable for everyone, and it's one of the most important technologies that I would like to be raising dollars to be able to put it here. Right now, he's finally got a model up and functioning up in Montana, where he's now living. And they just went on the market with their biostimulant at $20 or that kind of range for 32 ounces of this stuff. To me, it's like superfood for plants, but natural, not like Miracle Grow and other things that may not be natural. So you should go to Regenitech or Regenagrow up on the web and check it out. We hope to have Michael back on the show, but I wanted to see that whole thing and the first one built here. And we never could get, I want to say they're very evasive, and they do things for what's good for them in the moment, but I think it would have been a really good long-range thing for Maui. What a great tourist attraction to show how we're being self-sustainable. Maybe at some point we'll see Mahi Pono do some kind of projects like that. They got all that land. But there's a lot of other land here, and I'd like to see the algae to biofuel, to reducing our green waste and using it in a positive way to keep carbon in the soil. I'd like to see that going on here. Now, after this wildfire, we're now 3/4 of a year, I don't know, 8 months maybe, since the wildfire. Some just want to call it a fire. They don't think it's wild. They think it was a created fire. We are not interested in talking about controversies that aren't getting us anywhere. I like talking about things that we can help make changes on and try to do it diplomatically, although a lot of people all get fired up on some stuff. The second technology that I think is really important is taking water out of the air. We are surrounded by water, and who knows, I can see geothermal happening again. Some of the things that we were talking about geothermal 20 and 30 years ago have been solved, and what it does on the surface and how it warms the water and would destroy the reef, they found that doesn't have to be the case. So geothermal may be back again. They're still using it some on the Big Island, but that one. But water from air is a real pure and simple way. When you condense water, there are a couple of different companies that are doing it successfully. But again, getting these technologies to be embraced, it needs to be done in scale. So once again, the Maui Arts and Music Association has this vision to have celebrity musical artists and visual artists and people that want to promote whatever it be to give a portion of their proceeds in so that we can implement these technologies here, promote them to the world, and have people come here for more than just a suntan when they come to Maui. We are at a stage that I don't really know where the future of everything is here on Maui. I know that most locals that I know that don't have a house now have a slim or none chance of being able to acquire properties because the prices of properties have gone up so much. I don't know what the percentages are, but it sure is clear that people that don't live here that are buying Maui and then renting it out is really not helping too much of Maui. We get taxes from these guys, and a pretty healthy amount of property taxes that they pay. But it sure is not helping our local problem, which is affordable housing, both for purchase and for rental. So we're going to have people on talking about some of these things. In fact, our guest today was going to be, besides the subject that he normally talks about, I was going to be talking to him about, he had a letter in the paper that was talking about alternative communities, and I'm a big fan of creating alternative communities from the traditional housing model and building models that we've seen. Things have to be safe, but here on Maui, things that haven't been okayed have been in existence for, oh, I've been here, what now, 30, goodness gracious, 36 years. And I've seen all kinds of different housing models that were off the grid and out of everyone's view that have been very effective. And I'd like to think that they could be the core of models that could be used all around the world. I'm just sitting here thinking, I forgot to put the volume up on the sound. Boy, it's a lazy morning for me. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about those two things, housing and different types of housing technologies. Maybe I can get some of those people to be on the air here with us. And water from air, and taking our green waste and turning it into a biofuel and turning it into biostimulants to be able to grow like in Jurassic Park. And I call that sort of like an adjective now, growing like Jurassic Park. Boy, we are living in a world now that somehow is not recognizing how close we are to destruction of life as we know it by all the fighting and all the hate that seems to be going on. I had really hoped that when Barack Obama became president, that prejudice would find its way into history and not be active here, and we might show a different side of people, that loving side where we all recognize that we are one and that working together that we can solve most all the problems. But it has not happened. And again, I don't know who you want to point to, but the people that are supporting one of these candidates, maybe more than one, but Trump for sure has just been fanning the flames of separation, and I'm just really sick of it. I just am really sick of it. So the neutral zone was, again, intended to be a place where all sorts of things and all kinds of issues could be talked out and talked with no sword in hand. In other words, we're not here to fight and take each other down. We're more like here to see what we can do to cooperate and build things up and create a better world together and be an example to the world. So I love when I hear people texting me and being in touch from Iceland and Pakistan, and I'm just amazed that the internet, we'd like to get seen in more places by more people, but whenever they do find us, I'm always thankful that our shows are getting all over the world, and that's great. But I am, again, with the positive comes the negative. A lot of the young people today, I know they have the capacity to learn more, but they are using these technologies as a solution before they dig in and learn how to do things. They're taking the shortcuts toward, now with AI, you really don't need to know as much as you used to know. Things are fed to you and recreated for you, and you give it an idea of what you want, and it gives you. I looked up one today, space logos. I needed to create a logo for a company of a friend of mine, and it came up with thousands of choices. You put a few keywords in, and it has pages and pages and pages of choices. So the people that are doing things manually might be beaten out by this AI solution, and might be. It's not that we can't come up with ideas by ourselves, but when we use ideas that already exist to recreate in combinations new things and done in a way that thousands of possible choices can come out with a flick of a button in just less than a minute. You know, I mean, it would be nice if the people that had this time, now that they use these tools, use that time to learn and grow, to socially interact better, to help each other more, and to eliminate some of this divisiveness and separateness that really, you know, as you get older, you kind of appreciate that things could come together a lot better than they are. I remember when I was going to college, I had a poster in my room. It was a sheep standing on a rock looking all forlorn, and it said, I'm so far behind, I think I'm first. I'm sadly finding that that seems to be the American way. For some reason, Americans, many of them, think that what they do and their technologies and their way is the best way. And I'm sadly mistaken. I remember when they introduced the metric measuring system, and the whole world, except for two other countries, went on that standard. And it's been that way for now decades. But not in America. We didn't change. We didn't standardize with the rest of the world. Why is that? What is it? You know, why would we try to be separate and different and not set up a system that could make everything standard in measurement? Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to take a break from talking, and I'm going to play some music. And I think that the first song that I want to play is by my friend, my good friend, Louise Lambert. Louise Lambert played that little opening you hear. You know this opening? Yeah, that opening. That's the neutral zone. That was me saying to Louise, can you play this one? Da, 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 da. And she played it, kept it simple. I like the idea of a bouncing, friendly red ball bouncing in, and always there's something trying to zing it. That's what that arrow is. Someday we'll do a logo contest. We'll see what happens with people doing animated shorts for the beginning of our show. But there's always someone trying to break up a friendly, easygoing thing. And we don't want to be that. We want to be some place where we can be talking and come to the end where you realize, wow, these things that seemingly were at odds really aren't at odds. Once we talk it out, we can find that we can work together and solve a lot of things. You know, it's like now when we hear Joe Biden, I mean, there's an example. Joe Biden is now, quote, adopted some of the policies that Trump had alleged he would adopt on the people coming into our country in immigration at the borders. And they make all these comparisons and try to pit one against the other. And from all sides, I just would like to see something better. You know, someone shared with me that had lived in Central America and South America, that there are poor people that are struggling and can't get work and have no solutions, and they have people there that are giving them some money to go north and find a better life up there and give them a token amount of money which gets them up to another region. And then in those regions, I don't know if it's the same people or different people, doing that same kind of thing and giving money to people to get on north and giving people to get on north. So is it true that people are coming to our borders and being encouraged by people in different locations to do that? I think it's really very possible that that is part of the mix. But all along the way, if we would find that we could cooperate in a better way, we could solve these problems before they become a crisis. You know, I heard from someone in Texas that was living in South Texas, and before this border crisis, they'd have things all coming off their clotheslines and things taken out of their cars and all kinds of things missing because people coming over the border that don't have anything with them and don't have any way to get them are naturally looking around and seeing what they can get. I'm sure that they don't, I don't know what I'm sure of, but you'd think that people would work for it, and if they had a way, they wouldn't want to steal from someone else, especially stealing from people that don't have. I mean, here on Maui, we hear about all these problems, and we see all the problems going on with catalytic converters stolen out of cars and all kinds of crime. I was even a victim in the middle of the day. Friday afternoon, I was walking in the park in central Maui. They broke into my car, took all my stuff. That's now years ago, but boy, that still feels like a fresh wound. And, you know, there's law about people living in cars. There's now a group getting together to try to lobby so that people can live in their cars because there's not enough housing. I'm sure people don't want to live in their cars if they don't have to, but we don't have enough housing. So we have all kinds of things going in this world that start from greed, that start from selfish, that start from the things that I know that in the Bible they talk about these are bad. They're bad things. They're kind of, you know, universal with all religions and even where people aren't in religions. You know, good and bad can be clearly understood and felt. But we have things going on out of people and their desperation. We got to take a look at this, people, and start being good examples. And that's what the neutral zone is, and that's what I try to do here at this show. I'm talking too much, but I'm going to play you music. I was going to play Louise Lambert. Let's go back to that idea. Louise has a song called Peace in Our Hearts that you've heard me play before. But when I hear them talk about a peace song, this one at a festival in Canada some years ago. Peace in Our Heart, great song.
Every day worlds are born and worlds die away. Seems like now the world's so small, we see it all right here on our TV. Seems like the more we bridge the distance, the harder it becomes for us to see. Well, if all the world's a stage, we're actors in a play with an ancient script of fear and doubt and greed. To write another page, to find a better way. Reverence for life is what we need. For peace in our world. For peace in our country. For peace on our street. Peace in our hearts. And it starts with peace in our hearts. We fear the dark. We mortgaged all our future to keep the hooded horsemen from the door. We're talking peace, but building bigger weapons, so he's closer than it ever was before. But in the land of the free and the home of the brave, why do so many people need a gun? If it were just you and me, the world could be saved. 'Cause deep inside
Peace in Our Hearts, written by Louise Lambert. That's a great song. I am very happy to be playing that here on the show. Here's a song. Talk about another song, Peace in Our Hearts. This one's by Lono, that was written when Jack Lewin was running for governor a few years ago. Now decades, isn't that crazy? It shows I'm getting older. This is a great song. Time has come to make a change. Unlock the hope.
The time has come to make a change. The time has come to unlock the hope that lives in each and every one of us. And we must do our part. We hold the visions God dreams of. Our hands can heal the ones we love. Let's gather round and let us make a stand. For you and me, unlock the hope and there's a better life. Unlock the hope, there'll be no turning back. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. The time has come to make a change. The time has come to unlock the hope that lives in each and every one of us. And we must do our part. We hold the visions God dreams of. Our hands can heal the ones we love. Let's gather round and let us make a stand. For you and me, unlock the hope and there's a better life. Unlock the hope, there'll be no turning back. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. But nothing changes. Unless we unlock the hope. Unless we unlock the hope. Unless we unlock the hope. Unless we unlock the hope.
Boy, that brings back good memories, you know. I am just so thankful for having been here on Maui all these years, and I always hope to contribute rather than take away from this island. And now's a really difficult time. I hope that people will, if they see someone hurting, please reach out and help them. There's just so much pain and suffering going on. When I hear statistics reported, oh yes, homelessness has gone down on Maui. Here are the statistics. I don't know what the word is. How about bull? I know from speaking to many of the homeless people that I know personally, sadly, people that I know personally in my life that are homeless right now. There are a lot of people that are hiding and don't show themselves, and they aren't telling the truth. Where were you sleeping on January 22nd? You know, what's ridiculous. All I can tell you is that I just don't believe the statistics. I'm afraid most of the media is not feeling like it's being honest with us. Anyway, I'm going to play you another song that way back when, my friend Lono, many of you know Lono on Molokai now, teaches ukulele, but way back he was in a rock band and such on the mainland, and then he was here playing conventional tunes. I was always fortunate to be able to jump up with him and sing. And Hawaiian, of course, he's, does Hawaiian language, music, all kinds of music. He's a terrific guy, great songwriter, great performer. He wrote a song that he let me sing in the studio that I still think could be, if it well be, to be a classic for weddings. It's called Then I Do. Listen to this one again.
There is no other one. What I feel here for you, holding you in my arms, cradle you with my love. You're all dressed in white, looking in your eyes, tell all the world tonight I'll be falling. You're my shining star from this day on. I'll be your friend, I'll be by your side. Blessed are we this night. Shower us with His love. Will you be mine tonight? Giving you all my love. And when we look back at our wedding day, this band of gold that we will share, never-ending love for all my life, then I do.
Yeah, Then I Do, written by Lono. Yeah, there are some terrific songwriters and performers here on this island and all in Hawaii. But over the last numbers of years, you've seen some of them. I know you have. Listen to this song. Your ages between 19 and 24, you have love.
Living on the outside, breaking up inside, all because of the image we want them to see. She goes on dreaming, no commitments here. It's just the goodbyes, and it hurts through the night. From the morning that she said goodbye and then went on believing, inside was a lonely cry. This pain without the healing, she said, it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Sharing his sunshine, he watched the day go by, still hidden inside, he couldn't say how he felt, and he cried for the first time as she went on her way, and letting her go was the price he would pay. From the morning that he said goodbye and then went on believing, inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. She said, it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. that she said goodbye and then went on believing. Inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. She said, it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. From the morning that he said goodbye and then went on believing, inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. She said, it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. It's you.
Yeah, sure. Music is such a beautiful thing. It just stirs your heart, you know. Here's a song. I am not sure. Oh, I am sure. I was going to say, this song, in 1991, when I formed the Maui Arts and Music Association, I already had this song in my song belt. It was mostly written by my old friend Don Gear. This was 1976. And I contributed some, co-writer, but not in the official records, because I picked the name Margot. I thought it would be a different kind of name than way back when in the song. And this was a song about, I guess the lyrics spell it out pretty clearly, about someone with a dream that keeps their humble heart. And I still think it's ready to be made into a movie. Well, that's something to be talked about, Brian Cohn. Brian Cohn's our film commissioner.
When I lived out in the country, I used to dream of money and fame. So me and my girlfriend Margot came out to L.A. And while Margot was a waitress and I was a fixing cars, we kept it all together, pretending we were stars. Margot was in the movies and I was singing the rock and roll. We would go out by the highway to a make-believe place called Stardust Road. And we made believe it was spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of people calling for us to begin. And we played all night 'cause that highway crowd kept calling us back again. They would stand and call our names out loud and beg us not to leave. And if anyone could see, we gave them a memory to last forever. Well, now Margot is in the movies and my album has just gone gold. The phone's been ringing off the wall and I can't find time alone. So when Margot's tired of interviews and I can't sing another song, we go back out to the highway, to the place we still call Stardust Road. And we make believe it's spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of people calling for us to begin. And we played all night 'cause that highway crowd kept calling us back again. Yes, we do our show on Stardust Road because it keeps us free. And if anyone can see, we give them a memory to last forever.
Wow, boy, that brings back good memories. You know, it has been a while since I've performed. I guess that I got to sing. A good friend of mine, Cochina Palencia, had passed away. Yesterday was 50 days, and her son came out and catered a gathering up at Unity Church, and it was testimonial and such about Cochina and her life and how much she contributed to the community. And it was just a beautiful thing. I got the chance to sing harmony. I was surprised with a song called Unconditional Love from Louise Lambert. We'll play that here for you soon. But I'm going to play one more song. Yeah, we got time. One more song before I play you another. This one's written by me. This is 1976. It's called With You.
Open up my window and the sun came smiling through, bringing warm and golden promises of you. I felt the morning on my face and knew that it was true. I'm in love, and yes, you love me too. Now the skies light up my way with a joy that is fresh and new. Love again has made a way, and I have found a place to stay. Dreams coming true with you. I can feel you in my arms, close against my skin, filling me with warmth, growing deep within. You're the serenade of light and the way that I begin. The morning melody I sing. Now the skies light up my way with a joy that is fresh and new. Love again has made a way, then I have found a place to stay. Dreams coming true, dreams that are coming true. With you, love again has made a way, and I have found a place to stay. Dreams coming true, dreams that are coming true. With you, love again has made a way, and I have found a place to stay. Dreams coming true, dreams that are coming true. With you, love again has made a way, and I have found a place to stay.
Wow, what fun. It is so fun to play songs that we can do again, but that was a whole important era in my life, a really important time. When I was there in town, in fact, well, that'll be for another show. I'm going to play a little thing that I did at college. They were doing a demo. We were learning how to use Recording Studio, and the kids in the class said, you sing it, you sing it. Let's see if you recognize this song.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. So many men sold away. And I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his face.
Yeah, that's right. Sympathy for the Devil, Rolling Stones. I saw Mick Jagger's now 80. I hope when Mick is here, may he'll come by. Maybe he'd be here on the show with us. That would be terrific. We only have a minute left. I just want to thank our audience for being here with us. If you go up on the web to MauiNeutralZone.com, you can see this show again and all of our shows before that. We got about 180 of them, plus the shows. We have a search engine there that lets you look at some of our past series that we had. Mama Presents, Ariel's World. We've been doing this for 30 years. 30 seconds to go. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. I hope that you'll join us next week. And I really know that the world needs peace and love. And it's got to be us showing it and doing it. So please don't ever forget that and start showing it in everything that you do, huh? Thanks for joining us.